So, what is up, guys? Apparently we got some fucking bad news. Oh my god. I just told him that I'm not a liar, so I'm waiting him to reply. Oh! Okay. Okay, yeah, man. You go ahead and do that. Oh my god. Kids don't know what the meaning of hacking is. They just use that as a scare tactic, keep in mind. And that's what's hilarious about the whole situation. Oh my god. I mean, man, this guy actually called out the kid.
Additional officers requested near
Oh my
Flatiron.
god. That's what's actually hilarious about the whole situation that I'm getting myself into now. Yeah, this kid, yeah, his name, if you go search, if you guys have a PlayStation 4, I checked this kid's YouTube channel, and I didn't subscribe to him, that's the thing. And I'm like, oh my god, this is unbelievable. He caused it all. Exactly. Oh my god. My buddy just now texted me and said he caused it all. So, yep. Old Eagle got himself some really nice freaking roast. Oh my god, no. Okay, yeah. I'm just waiting for this kid to reply. Me and him are in a YouTube feud now, so... This kid wants to be popular, but he isn't. He only has 4 subscribers, and he's talking shit to a guy that has 26 subscribers. So, yeah, keep in mind that...
Uh-oh, more of them.
And I mean, the guy that did YouTube for about 2 years now,
4 illegal firearms dealers within a 3-block radius of that site.
and yeah, and I should know professionally that, you know, you don't threaten people also, just, and I'm gonna call his ass out right now.
Looks like they called their buddies.
And because, you know, you don't sit there and threaten people just because you want subscribers. That's not how it works technically in YouTube. And my buddy just got threatened, and I'm just going to turn around and take up for him and actually just sit there and actually talk about this kid. And I don't care how popular I get, you know, just because, you know, you're going to sit there and actually say some shit, and you know what, that doesn't mean anything, and you know, and you know, I don't care if you want subscribers or shit, ask, not threaten. And it's hilarious how kids think they can get subscribers and they act like PewDiePie and shit. And PewDiePie is over 100 million now, so great, congrats PewDiePie, but no one's gonna top you. You're like the freaking top dog of YouTube, pretty much. And the kid was actually calling a guy that has 26 subscribers fucking hell, man. I think 3,000 is enough for now, but I joined larger communities. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think this kid, yeah, his name is Greengrass3, green_grass3. But I'm gonna call out his YouTube channel right now, and it's like Samurai Brother. And you know, I'm gonna sit here and say, if you knew hacking, then you would have DDoSed somebody by now through PC. And I'm gonna say that right now. Me and my buddy's been talking about it, and yeah. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for 2 years now. And since 2017. And I probably should know by now that this isn't the right thing to do. Threaten people to get subs out of them. You know, I don't care how old are you or whatever, you don't really need to do that, and all being seriously. It just seems like kids these days don't know what the word hack means, and they use it as a scare tactic. And my opinion is, I like kids, don't get me wrong. I mean, I babysit a 8-year-old that one time when I was 16. But I told him not to grow up to be a bad kid, or a guy, I should say. Taught him from right to wrong, or wrong to right. Either way, you don't threaten people just because you want subscribers to YouTube. And I'm gonna repeat this because throughout my YouTube channel, I mean, and I'm just gonna be honest and play around. Yeah, and I did talk shit to Pierce Rice. I don't know if you know him, but me and him are pretty cool now. We know each other in real life. And I just want to give him a shout out, Pierce Rice, just because, you know, just for the fun of it. So, go check out his YouTube channel. And, yeah, and all that kind of stuff, but anyway, kids don't really know the necessary means of hacking. You gotta do like serious stuff, like hack, like let's say if you want to put a mod inside of a game. That's a really difficult process to do, and you know, and to do the hacks and shit, and you know, to make the character in the mod, or like let's say if you put like Spider-Man in GTA 5, that's a pretty difficult process to do. And trust me, on PC it's a lot difficult. And if you think you can hack, guess what? You can't. If you want to make that scare tactic pretty clear. Yeah. Kids are great, but generation after generation, this stuff gets worse. Exactly! Yeah, kids are actually pretty good. Like my buddy just said now, guys. Kids are great. But generation after generation, it gets worse. I'm a millennial, but I know from a fact that my generation is just fucking sucks. Okay, you got kids sitting there fucking threatening school shootings and shit. Okay, that's another thing I'm going to talk about too. If we're going to get off topic here, I'm sorry. But kids are making scare tactics. That's what I'm trying to explain. And I don't mean to reference school shootings and shit like that in my YouTube channel, but if they're going to sit there and make a threat, you know, like say if they're going to do that shit, at least, you know, have a little bit of common sense not to do that shit. And, you know, and expect, you know, to get caught while you do that shit. And the reason why you did, and you do this shit, and let me make something clear about this. It's not the fucking, and okay, like politicians are blaming video games because blaming GTA 5 and for gun violence. And I said it's not GTA 5, it's the person's mentality. So if you kids are like wondering why everybody's doing this shit, it's because they're acting stupid. To be honest with you. And I said, not taught, keep in mind, an 8-year-old not to do this shit. And he doesn't. And I'm wondering it's because the parenting. It's the bad parenting. So if this kid's parents finds out that he's cussing me out, calling me a bastard and shit, they're not going to be pretty much too happy. And I am going to say, you know, I didn't even rarely cuss him out. I just call him a big goof. Because he's goofy. And you know, my dad calls me goofy and shit like that, so I mean, and you know what? Threatening people, I believe if you threaten people to actually do it instead of being a wuss and not doing it. I mean,
So, you're all going to jail.
I'm not trying to
Or I
be
bet you'll
mean
as good
about
breaking
school
out
shootings and
as you were
shit,
at breaking in.
but if you're actually gonna do it, then actually have some common sense in doing it. But I don't mean to be really derogatory when it comes to school shootings and whatever. When I said that, just man up to know what you've done. And I mean, it's pretty obvious that if you're going to do something, actually know what you're talking about, okay? And you know, I don't care if people will get this video deleted because of me referencing school shootings and shit like that. I mean, it's every day that I come to school. I mean, it's fights, school shootings, and shit like that. And I don't feel safe. I don't. I mean, it's kind of obvious. And I'm on this big rant that this kid's now talking shit. And I'm gonna call his ass out. Right now. If you know what you're doing, okay, give you a big thumbs up. But if you're sitting there posting YouTube and you want subscribers, ask him, just like say, just subscribe to my YouTube channel, and just leave it like that. Don't threaten. Common sense saves lives, man. Exactly. It's just common sense. Actually know what you're talking about. Have street smarts, at least. And say, oh yeah, I'm gonna commit school shooting. Don't ever fucking say that. I mean, I'm not trying to persuade you to do this shit.
Calling all units.
Doing that, I'm just saying. I mean, that's what I've been hearing. People are doing this and that. And people don't realize that if you kill another person on public property, you can go to jail. I'm just saying this with a mild respect. But see, there was a school-wide threat yesterday, and I had to skip school because of that. Because I don't feel safe enough to be at Russell. Well, that's my school. But I just don't. I mean, sure, you know, they cause favoritism and shit like that, but I'm going to talk about that in another video. About my opinion. But my opinion is, why in the hell is people threatening people and not doing it? If you threaten somebody, just go up to them and do it. I mean, it's just common sense. Somebody beat somebody up for being a snitch. Don't ever do that. If you're going to be a snitch, that's because you're doing the right thing. I snitched on somebody when I was a freshman because, I kid you not, for drinking out of a beaker, a science beaker. I was doing that just to protect him. Because you may never know, there was chemicals in there. He better be lucky there was water. I mean, and the kid got his vape taken away and threatened to shoot the school. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and talk about politics, but actually, look at this. If you see a kid threaten a school over something about their vape getting taken away, contact the police. I'm just saying this. You'll get rewarded. You'll be the hero. I mean, I'm not saying you should be a hero at always, but when somebody says that shit, you gotta do something. Actually just hide if they actually do that. See, at my school, we got resource officers. I mean, there's a school in Ohio that teachers have weapons, concealed weapons because of this shit. It's just common sense, you know, don't ever do that shit. I mean, the millennials don't get it, and I'm a millennial, and I get this shit because I was raised right. I sure may be, you know, middle class and shit like that, but I know not to sit there and say some shit like that. It's overboard. That's what it is. You see it every day in the news, man, but it sucks. Like you said, patenting is like a third cause. Parenting is like a third. So, why do it? Why? It's like I lived by Spider-Man, and I don't know if you get the reference or not, guys, but Spider-Man, like, Spider-Man's uncle said, with great power comes great responsibility. I live by that moral, like Peter Parker does. I don't sit there and say, I'm going to commit a school shooting. I mean, or I'm going to commit a felony, you know, without not thinking that shit. It's just parts of life. It really is. It's the parenting, it's common sense, and it's the way of life that you see it in the news. But why can't we talk about, like, say, like a Christmas Day parade early or some shit like that, instead of like, oh, there's another school shooting. I'm like, can I go to school thinking that I'm safe without these things? And I'm sorry if I get too political, but it's I'm getting sick and tired of it. And hackers, if you don't know, like Anonymous, I believe they're hackers and they're doing the good thing. Lizard Squad, however, just freaking just hack PlayStation Network and Xbox Live so that way they can play with their friends. And that's not right. And I mean, what if the other kids want to play too? And Anonymous actually said they're going to do it again. They're going to threaten them. They're going to threaten to hack them. And I think that Anonymous is working on with the American government. And I believe in that theory because, one, they actually stopped a rapist, actually, if you don't even watch the news. And that's another thing. I had a teacher that been arrested. You know, that's another thing. And you know what? I should have just changed the title, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna say this. I had a teacher that got arrested this past year, in my sophomore year. Keep in mind, for sexual orientation of a minor. Let me just say that. And you know what? That's fucking disgusting. And I said, the girl was 16, and he's like in his fucking mid-40s. He knew he got caught, and he was guilty, and it even shows it in the mugshot. You know, just don't do this shit. Think you know what you're talking about too. You know, it's kind of funny that if you think you're a hacker, like say, I met a kid a long time ago before I started streaming on YouTube, and this is what I'm gonna say. Points, and I'm gonna make. One, there was a thing on Black Ops 3. If you didn't know, you could do a Prestige Master glitch. And okay, but I spot this kid and he says he's a hacker and I don't like you. And I said, okay. And then he later on said, you know, I'm a hacker. And I argued that case because he did a Prestige Master glitch. So, actually, know what you're talking about. I'm just going to tell you. Lesson learned. And I don't know how many views I can get. Let's say if I get 200 views on this. Because I'm just so sick and tired of people saying this shit. And that they're going to do shit. And they know how to do this shit. Actually do it. And actually be a man and do it. But don't do school shooting, actually. Don't. I'm just going to point that out. It's bad. And yeah, you hear that shit a lot on the news. I'm sick and tired of it. I really am. Well, Yeah. So, oh, and favoritism, and being spoiled. That's a huge part. Yeah. Okay. So my buddy's now saying this, favoritism. Okay, favoritism. Actually, I'm gonna say this in this video. I'm gonna say something about my school. Alright. And tell me in the comments section that it's bullshit. Or if you agree or you don't agree. I mean, I'm not gonna comment on there and diss out your opinions. What do you think of a school that's full of popular kids and the school, every time they have class elections, pick this one person every single year to become class president? What do you think in the comments? And spoiled? Yeah, I'm gonna say something. I have a cousin that is a year older than me, and I'm 18. And I'm gonna say something. He still sits on his ass, plays video games like PlayStation. And I'm like, you know, for one thing, I don't even play PlayStation. I study on my work. And you know, and they make the oldest work, and she has mental disabilities, and I'm like, and you're sitting there letting her work? Why don't you let him work? I mean, and he can't get hired at McDonald's because he has too much acne on his face. And I'm going to just say this shit right now. They won't hire you if you have acne, tattoos, dyed hair, actually. But if you have dyed hair, and just say favorite, I'm not going to yell at favoritism on this one. It's just that, you know, sometimes, yeah, it's because of sanitation. It really is. And that's another thing. Sanitation is a big problem. If you're gonna sit there and say, yeah, I'll eat somebody's shit, you know, don't do it. It's kind of it's a pretty bad advice. I mean, yeah, but I'm gonna say something right now. If you're gonna sit there and diss out opinions or whatever about this too, and I'm gonna get on this topic. And if you're a person that's sitting there that's saying, I don't remember you shit, I get it. But the reason why I disliked it is because, one, I mean, you kind of just said something to another person about me. Two, I mean, I don't care. I mean, I dislike it because, listen, I know life may be tough out there. Like, I was bullied at 2nd Street and abused. Now I'm gonna say this, but if you don't remember me, that's fine. But don't ever say something like, oh yeah, he was never been in that school, to be honest. And I think it's because you're trying to protect the school. And you know what? You will. And I mean, you will actually protect that school, because it was a god-awful school anyways. And I'm not trying to be racist or whatever, but it was full of black people. And I'm not saying to be racist, but I felt like I was discriminated because, let me tell you something, I was the only white kid in that school. I mean, me and my brother and my dad's girlfriend's kids were the only white kids, I felt like. I mean, it's not discriminatory, but the way they said about white people, I mean, some people called racial slurs. I think at a pool that one time, if I remember, and one of them said, I'm a white ass honky. Okay, I couldn't say anything back because they would get offended. I mean, you can't say shit anymore. You can't take up for yourself anymore. You can't defend yourself, period. I just told on him because he called me that, and he got in deep crap. And I tell you what, he was not left to be alone. He was left alone again. And I'm congratulating him on a kid, on a baby, but I hope he'll be a good father. I'm just saying this. but don't pick on the smaller people, okay? And I'm gonna end this YouTube video with a thing that said, put notifications on the bell if I do more YouTube videos and rants and stuff like that. And I know I went off topic a little bit, but I just had to get these things off my chest. Even though I said kids these days, when they think they're hackers, I just want to point that out, okay? But good night, and have a happy, or have a good Labor Day weekend. And I'm gonna say this, yeah. Stay tuned. Put notifications. Ring the notification bell, subscribe, like, comment, or anything. But I don't mean to reference anybody about school shootings and stuff, but I just want to let you know. See you guys around. Even though I don't want to, one more thing about this. If you're dissing out people, like, let's say if they're gonna make a threat, don't ever threaten people. I said, because you want subscribers. Just say, please, like, please ring the notification bell, subscribe, and stuff. But I'm gonna say it again. Please ring the notification bell, like, comment, subscribe. If you want more information and stuff like that, I'll comment in the comment sections and stuff like that. And stay tuned, and I'll let you know when I'm gonna upload. I'll post like Spider-Man related news, Assassin's Creed related news, and hopefully I'll do a video like with me talking about theories about Spider-Man or any kind of stuff you want me to. So peace.